All right, guys. Well, welcome to the hopefully first episode that I finally decide to get all edited and submitted so that the public can view the Muddy Vape Show. That's what I'm going with as a title, and yeah, in the little beginning section of video that plays, you'll see some of the stuff that you might find on this channel. So that's what we're going to go with for the meantime, anyway. But yeah, so the Muddy Vape Show, as the title implies, there's going to be some stuff about vaping. Let's see, what other stuff did I put in that beginning part there? Think back. Oh, let's see, random thoughts, vaping opinions, current events, product review as a consumer, because see, that's important. That's important to me because I buy all the stuff that I use, so all my reviews will be as me being the consumer and my experiences with said products. So, which may be, it may be mostly vaping related products, but it could also be other things such as the electronics and stuff that I use in my setup. I think that's what I'm going to go with as far as that's concerned. But yeah, so last night I got a little bit restless, couldn't sleep, and so I decided to do a Facebook Live. And my intent to do the Facebook Live was to just kind of check out my equipment, make sure that I had everything in order, such as the audio and the video and the lighting, and make sure that everything was going to come together properly. And much to my surprise, quite a few of my Facebook friends joined in. Now, I knew that they would all get a notification that I was going live, but I did not think that they would all actually check out what I was going live about. So that was pretty interesting. Kind of caught me off guard. Didn't have anything prepared or planned as far as what I was going to say. So it was pretty much 30 to 40 minutes of me just staring at the camera. So yeah, there was that. But it was fun to do. And kind of prepares me a little bit for what could possibly happen with my YouTube channel. I mean, I hope a lot of people tune in to see what I have to say. That's kind of the point. If I didn't want people to watch it, then I wouldn't post it. So yeah. But anyway, let's kind of dive into some things that are on my mind currently. Hurricanes. That's on my mind. We'll talk about that for a little bit. So I live on the East Coast, and this hurricane season has been pretty crazy. We had Irma just come through. Jose made its way around out in the ocean, and now we're waiting to find out what's going to go on with Marie. Lee apparently has, I'm not sure about it. It seems to have kind of lost its strength, and I don't know. That kind of stuff still worries me because I feel like he's just kind of lingering out there to make a return. But yeah, so we got that. And the funny thing is that with Jose, for those of us on the East Coast, we kind of need Jose to hang around up north and allow for Marie to have this channel to kind of, the currents will kind of steer Marie away as long as he stays up in the north up there, to allow the steering currents to kind of allow it to get drawn up that way, I guess. That's really a dumbed down version of what they say on the Weather Channel, but yeah, that's what I'm going with. So yeah, hurricanes. Stressful. But that allows me to jump into stress relief. Now, I know there's a lot of things that people do for stress relief. Some have little fidget spinners, and some do yoga and read books or take naps or what have you. And some people do this terrible habit of cigarettes. You'll notice a lot of people that smoke, they'll tell you that the reason why they don't quit smoking is because if they don't smoke, they're going to snap and be mean and cruel and unusual to people. So they use smoking as a crutch, as a kind of a stress relief. And I can relate to that. That's one of the things smoking was. It was a little bit of an appetite suppressant, although you can see it didn't work very well on me. But also, it's a kind of a way to, like a coping mechanism almost, or a way to deal with stress or anxiety. If you get stressed out or anxious at work or whatever, you take a smoke break, chill, relax, and then go back and get back at it. Well, of course, smoke is not the most healthy thing for you, and the nicotine is very addicting. The actual habit of smoking is very addictive. The act of taking a smoke break and all the mannerisms, lighting a cigarette, all of that kind of stuff. But the risk to your health, all the different chemicals and stuff, all the bad side of smoking. So I didn't want to deal with all that stuff, so I checked out vaping, and I haven't smoked a cigarette in ages because of vaping. Now, I still use some nicotine additive to the juices that I vape, but it's been a godsend as far as still allow me to kind of use it as a means to relieve stress, because there's more to vaping than just the actual act. A lot of people may ask, why do you vape, or why I vape? So I'm going to answer this as why I vape. I'm not speaking for anybody else or saying this is why everyone vapes, but this is why, for me, this is why I vape. So for me, as a form of stress relief, there's the act of just taking a break, just getting away from it all, taking a break, having a vape, enjoying that. It also, for me, it acts as an appetite suppressant in the sense of when I quit smoking, everybody's got that whole, got to get the bag of candy and they're down in candy, or they're chewing gum, or they're putting something in place of the cigarette. Well, this is my in place of the cigarette. So it fulfills that need. The other thing is that if you've gone beyond just the starter kits or the tanks and stuff like that, you get into RDAs and making coils and setting up the tanks and all of that, and that's another part of the stress relief for me with vaping is that I come home, I've got it's probably terribly messy, but it's back here. You can see the little light set up. But anyway, I have a little work table over there, and that's where I wrap up my coils and do that. And so that's another way for me to decompress in my downtime. It requires me to use fine motor skills, and it relaxes me. It's much akin to tying flies. If there's anybody out there that's a fly fisherman and you tie your own flies, that same relaxation, that same act of tying the fly is kind of what I get when it comes to making coils. And then there's satisfaction of once you've made your coil, and you put it in an RDA, and you use it, and you get great flavor, and it works. There's that satisfaction of making something and then having it work. So that's another aspect of vaping and why I vape. So there's much more for me when somebody sees me out in public or whatever, and they see me vaping. There's more to it than just that for me. That may answer some questions for some people that may be wondering why people vape. So yeah, that's why I vape. And that may answer some questions as to why people who have quit smoking, once they've quit smoking and they've weaned themselves off of nicotine, and why they still continue to vape even if they're vaping a zero nicotine juice. You know, for some people, for me especially, for some people it's just relaxing. It's kind of I mean, it's almost like a security blanket in a sense. It is what it is. So yeah, there's that aspect of vaping, and with that, and I try to be mindful when I'm in public. Like if I'm walking up to a store and I've just gotten out of my vehicle and I've got my vape, and I try to be mindful, like if people are behind me or if people are walking towards me, because the vapes that I use do produce a lot of cloud, a lot of vape. So I try to be mindful of those people, you know, that I'm not blowing out this massive cloud for them to walk through. At least I'm not trying to do it intentionally. I try to be, like I said, I try to be mindful of people around me, so that they don't get aggravated or feel like I'm being an ass and, you know, trying to force them into my cloud of vapor. So yeah, it's just good manners. It's just treating other people the way that you would want to be treated in that. Because I'm going to tell you, if I were out, even with the fact that I do vape, if I were out somewhere and somebody was vaping and they just blew this massive cloud in my face or in my direction, it would, you know, probably aggravate me just like it would anybody else. So I can understand if somebody gets frustrated with that, if they got frustrated with somebody blowing this big massive cloud of vape in their face. But with all that said, yeah, there's that, and yeah, it's been kind of a journey to get all of this set up. That's one of the things that just kind of amazed me when I first thought about this process, and I said, okay, I want to post some videos to YouTube. I thought that it was like, okay, you just put a camera up, you have a mic and you're done. And it is a massive process. It's a lot of work. I have a lot of respect now for people who put together content and put it on YouTube. There is a massive workflow, a massive process for this to happen. It just doesn't magically occur. It takes some time. So mad respect for the people that do that. So yeah, but let's see. We're about at the 13 minute mark or so. So I'm going to try to kind of keep this one a little bit short. I don't know how the people that do just the 5 minute segments, I don't know how they manage their time to just do 5 minutes, because 5 minutes goes away really, really quickly. So yeah, I'm gonna have this be the first episode and go from there. So like, subscribe, tune in, and see what we come up with. I am going to also see about doing some on-scene videos when I'm out and about, like especially if I go into a vape shop or something that's vape related, maybe some random just driving around stuff. But yeah, those videos are going to go up as well, and maybe some if I run into some major bloopers or something, maybe I'll put a blooper reel at the end of the video as well. So, but thank you for those that have tuned in to check out the video, and hopefully you'll come back and see what else I can come up with and put into a video.